So what I'm going to be going over is how to shoot a bow in a physical education setting. What I want to emphasize here is the safety in this. You want to make sure that no matter what system you're using for safety, your students are aware of it. A popular one in archery is the whistle system, which would be something like 1 whistle means prepare to shoot, 2 whistles means shoot, 3 means stop shooting, 4 means you can go collect your bow. Whatever system you decide to use, you want to make sure that your class is all on the same page and you're not setting yourself up for any danger, your students up for any danger with your classroom setting in archery. So I have this video here and I'll be talking over this video on how to shoot a bow and arrow. Okay, once you have the safety done, you want to make sure that you're starting and you're teaching the stance. When teaching the stance, what you want to do is you want to make sure you're straddling the line that you shoot from. This lady right here will step onto the line and you'll see it. Your front foot wants to be at 10 o'clock and your back foot wants to be at 12 o'clock. And you want to make sure that your shoulders are facing your target, but you want to have your knees locked. And you want to be, like you're doing anything, you want to make sure that you're comfortable. The second thing that she'll be doing here is she'll be knocking her arrow. She has a quiver bag, which is not something you'll have in a physical education setting, but she knocks her arrow and gets her draw hand set. So when she gets her draw hand set, she wants to make sure that when she knocks her arrow, her fletch is set up correctly like it is in the video, so that there's no disruption when releasing the arrow. When the arrow gets released, you want it to come out as clean as possible because any sort of contact with anything else will throw off the direction of your arrow and make your aiming less accurate. Okay, so next we want to make sure our draw hand is set. We want to position the bow at arm's length, pointed down, grabbing the string with a knock between our first and our third finger. Part of the video I believe is coming up. Yes, he says that you want to use 3 fingers. You want to make sure that your first finger is above the arrow and your 2 fingers are below. That is the way to make your hand as stable as possible when you're pulling the arrow. Next, what we want to do is we want to make sure our bow hand is set. All right, we want to make sure our bow hand is placed. Our hand is placed in the bow grip with a thumb extending to one side by itself while the bow is set. You want to rotate the elbow down to the left so that you have string clearance. Next is our pre-draw. Okay, so this is the stage that she is in now. She's in the pre-draw stage. You want to engage your bow hand and pull the string towards the opposite side of your face and rotate your hips and shoulders until the bow is slightly in front of the arrow line. You'll see she's about to pre-draw right here. She lifts her arms up during this part too. Next, what she's going to do when her arm comes back is going to be called the anchor. All right. So the anchor part is right what she's doing right now. She's anchoring so that the touch of her index finger is in the corner of her mouth. You want to make sure the corner of your mouth is your aiming point for your index finger when you're in the anchor stage. The video adds these two together, but anchoring and aiming is you want to make sure you're aligning your shot here when you're aiming. The next portion is going to be the shot setup. After you anchor in your aim, you make slight arm movements so that until you feel you're comfortable with where your shot is going to be. Then the final 2 stages that go together are the release and the follow through. Okay? When you release, you want that arrow to slide as clean as possible through your first and your third fingers. And then on the follow through, you'll see right here as I'm going to pause it, you see that her hand is basically on the back of her neck. In the video, he says that when you're practicing, you want to overemphasize and you want to make sure it is on the back. It is actually on the back of your neck while your bicep and arm is still flexed. This is a time for you to reflect on your shot and figure where your form is and how you can best how you can best improve your next shot or what you did correctly or incorrectly. That is the follow-through portion, and you want to make sure that your arm is still flexed during this. And this is the very simple and under 5 minutes. I'm at 5:15, but we won't count those 15 seconds. At trying to teach shooting a bow and arrow in a physical education setting. Thank you.